Happy Friday everybody, it's hashtag FAQ Friday live from Cheshire down at my clients all this week, and I'm seeing lots of frequently asked questions coming in on my emails, on messages. I'm also seeing desperate posts on social media with a lot of different businesses who are just about selling, and as you investigate more, that's all you see is about selling the product, facility and service. Bit of panic selling, I call it. So lots of people are saying, they're having a bit of a tough time. Occupancy is not as great as the last 2 years. Revenue's down, and lots going on. So what can you do? Well, number one, what has happened in the last year or so is that lots of people have forgotten how to market the business. Lots of people have forgotten how to get the most out of the sales and marketing strategy, and they've actually just put that to aside, or maybe cut budgets, etc., because there hasn't been a need in the fact that the supply and demand has actually been really helpful. However, now as things have opened up and people are now going abroad a lot more, the inbound travel isn't as high as it was previous to COVID, and there's a lot of panic out there. So what can you do? Well, first of all, you've got to look at your ideal client avatar. What's your USP, your unique selling point, and what have you got to offer? But when you're doing marketing, it's not just about sales. It's about telling the story, why you are the people, the product, facility and service for your ideal client. What are they struggling with right now? What they're looking to have from you right now, and what can you deliver? And that needs to be out there. And it's not just about all your social media channels or your website. It's about everything else as well. You may have already got a database. If you have, use it. And actually don't just put about selling on there or late availability. And if every single post that you're doing or newsletter is last minute availability, or that's all you've got, people are going to get turned off. So you've got to change your message every single time that you communicate, because you've got to keep it funky, you've got to keep it fun, and you've got to keep it unique and different to everybody else so that people stop and actually read it. But it's got to be clear what pain they're in at the moment, or what problems or what issues they've got. So if someone's looking for a last minute availability, and they're wanting specific things like whatever you're offering, and it's what your unique selling point is, then make sure that you are delivering that in the message. Do some video walkarounds. I mean, this is a beautiful spot here, out in the garden here, very pretty, and it's great to actually put that in your message. If they're looking for some outside space, going and staying somewhere, if the food's great, the service, have you put anything about meet the team on any of your media channels and in any of your marketing? What makes your product, facility and service absolutely outstanding? And it could be that your team actually help your customers forgive you for the things that you might get wrong, and because your team are so welcoming, so passionate about you having a great time. Recognition is the key for a lot of people who are staying in hospitality, but getting that story out there to many, because if you just do it on your own website, nobody will see it. So it's about making sure that you are out there on all sites. As much as I don't push the third-party online sites, they are great for exposure, because they'll exceed your exposure every single time by getting yourself out there. But what people are really good at doing is making sure that they look on all the different sites. So they'll check on your website, they'll check on your TripAdvisor or your Trustpilot or your Revu for reviews. So make sure they are great as well. It's amazing how many companies, businesses in the hospitality industry can't understand why they're quiet. And you look at the review sites, and number one, they're shocking. but nobody's replied to them. And that's part of your sales and marketing strategy. You know, it's like if you have a guest who complains or comes to the front door to your reception and says that they're not happy about something, or they are happy about something, then you would speak to them. So why ignore them on your review sites as well? So make sure you do that. But there's so many areas that you can actually increase revenue pretty quick. Use the online travel agents, use your third party, have an array of them, but make sure you have yours as the lowest price guarantee. Price parity went out, I think it was 2015. So certainly make use of that, and I'm amazed at how many people still don't know about the price parity banishing in 2015. It really shocks me. But make sure you're at least 15% less on your own website so that guests will book direct to you. It's really important, it's really vital. So what can you do? Number one, get your message out there, but actually do a whole rounded story. It's not just about one story of selling, it's making sure you use the story of your business, you know, your team, a bit about behind the scenes, how you get everything absolutely spot on, ready for your guests to arrive, and what big things that you do on a regular basis to ensure that your guests have your best expectations and best experience, and you exceed them every single time. And you know what's new, some tips and advice of, you know, if you come into your area, what to plan, what to book in advance so that they don't miss out. All about your location and destinations. If there's any issues, you know, say at 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, people are coming into your area and it's always fully booked, you know, on the motorway or on the roads, then make sure that you say to your guests, come, you know, tip and advice is, I would advise you to set off a little earlier. We can keep your luggage here while you should go and enjoy the surrounding areas, and this is what I would advise you to do. And then when you look at a day in the life of one of your team, what do? Do they go fell running? Do they go swimming? Do they go parachuting? Do they go walking in different aspects of your location? What do they do on the time off? Actually do that as part of the whole rounded approach, and put these stories in your newsletter as well to get out to many. And then a sneaky peek into what's coming next, what new product, facility and service is coming, or a sneaky peek into a new person who's going to join the team, or a sneaky peek into a new dish that you're going to put on the menu, and what all the team thought about when it was a tasting time. And there's so many things that you can do, but it's really important that you use a whole rounded approach. And then of course your call to action. So remember, you know, if you're telling anybody anything, make sure your elevator pitch is very clear on your website, on your social media, your hook, the problem that your ideal client avatars have got, the solution that you create, the team, that why your unique selling point is better than anybody else's, and then call to action. How can they get in touch with you? How can they stay with you? And make it really simple, make it easy so that they don't get frustrated, and make it sure it's mobile friendly, which is vital. So I hope that's helped you all, and as always I'm here to help and support. It's a little longer FAQ Friday today, but I wanted to pack a lot in because there's some desperate people out there with some desperate issues, but there's a lot of people also leaving it to the last minute to decide whether they want to go away, whether they want a holiday. But make it, you know, and if you've got a family friendly place, make sure that you're using the pains that your ideal client is worrying about right now. Do you want to be in queues at the airport? Do you want to be in a situation where it'll take you a day to get to your destination when you could actually just come here within a couple of hours? And this is what you'll get when you come here, whether it's the weather or whatever, it doesn't matter, because you've thought of everything. So think about all the problems and answer them, and they're more likely to come and stay with you. So as always, I'm here to help and support. Alison at ajlakes.com. Take care. Bye bye. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Bye bye.